So let's move forward and I will make a
Yeah.
new file and say, just a minute, if I say D, there is a file. Yeah. Suppose this is a file and I will say I want to read this file. Okay. So now suppose if I this is just a small question. Suppose if I want to say want to copy the path of this, how will I copy?
Yeah. You'll copy from the top of that folder.
But I want the
Like,
demo.txt as well.
okay, so you can right click on it and then
Hmm.
it says copy path. One second. Uh, 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 okay. You
Mhm.
can just copy the folder from the top and do // and then demo.txt. Just put that manually.
When they go for the interview, they will note these points. Even I noted the points because no, the thing is that shift, you have to hold shift, then right
Yeah.
click. Then you can see the
Okay.
copy as path. With
Okay.
the simple right click will not show you that copy as path option. But
Okay.
shift right click, copy
Yeah.
as path.
Copy as path. Okay.
Okay. Now say new Python file. Say reading data. Okay. Now I can go select path equal to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here you have to apply double backslash.
Yeah.
Okay. Or what you can do rather than this, you can apply this forward slash only.
Okay.
Okay. So either thing is good.
Yeah.
Okay. So because this slash will work, you can say it will give you an error if there is extra one, if it is there is only single. So you have to be very careful. Okay. Now say I say file path or you can say file path equal to say open path path and now the mode. Say I will write as a W. Okay. Now I will open the file in write mode. Okay. Now right now I'm not concerned about the mode. We are looking for file handling. Okay. Now
Yeah.
say I will say mm, file path dot write and say open file anything. Okay. Mm, Now say if I run it, it will be nothing there. So if I say go over D and open, now you see open file and it has, you can say there is a data over there, but it has overwrite the data.
Yeah.
Okay. Now after writing, you can see now I can say mm, I just file path and I will open in a read mode. Okay. So and I say print file path dot read. Okay. Run it. Now you see open file. So it shows me all the contents of the file. Okay. Now So it is just a small topic that we can read the text file.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, mm, moving on to the next topic, which is you can say Excel file. That is how we can read data from Excel file. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, we will read the data. We are not going to edit the data.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, we have to see that how many data types are there. Like now, you can say we have two types of data. The data which is frequently changing,
Yes.
frequently changing like username, passwords. So we will keep this data in Excel file. Okay? Because suppose if I want to check the login functionality of particular website, so what will I need? I will need username and passwords of 10 types.
Yeah.
So for different usernames so that I can check with different, okay, it will take at the rate, it will take underscore, it will take hash or not. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will use the thing known as openpyxl to read. It can read and write the data in Excel sheets. Okay. And the second data, it is known as hardly changing data. So
So,
this
this
mhm,
OpenPyXL is
inbuilt
kind
class,
of
inbuilt class.
okay.
Okay. Now hardly changing data can be like URL. Suppose if you want to test on particular website, so you have the URL that is not going to
Yeah.
change. You have the
Yeah.
XPaths, okay,
Yeah.
that is not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this type of data we will be kept in text file or you can say properties file. Okay,
Okay.
say text file or you can say properties file. Okay, now for
Yeah.
this we will use config parser. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so first of all, let's talk about say openpyxl. So first of all, you have to install now. So there are two types of things. Now, if you are using PyCharm,
Mm.
so you have to install it inside your every project. Suppose if
Okay.
I'm going for the different project, I have to install openpyxl in every project. And for the you can say Eclipse part, you can do the coding in Eclipse as well. So for that, you have to install openpyxl into your system. Okay.
Okay.
So for say you have to go to your command prompt. Okay. So here and always like say when you're installing something, always run as administrator.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You can see administrator command prompt.
Yeah.
Okay. Say you can type the command like where this can be asked in the interview that where is Python lying into your system. Okay.
Yeah.
Now say first of all you have to install pip pip. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have my pips. Say I want to know the version of that pip. Now it's 24. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you install the Python, it will install, you can say automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want to install, say, openpyxl. You have to write a command pip install uh, openpyxl. Okay. You can see the command clearly. Na?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have already in my system, it will tell me that requirement already satisfied. Okay. So
Okay.
my, you can say, if I want to upgrade, I can upgrade it, but I don't want to upgrade. So Now you can see the command python dot -m pip install upgrade pip.
Yeah.
Okay, say now. Uh, Now go to my now after that just it will work in the if you are working with the Eclipse, just restart your Eclipse. Okay,
Okay.
and say I will go with my Excel file, say this one or test one. Okay, now this is a data and these are my all are my datas. Okay, suppose if
Mm.
I want to read this, okay,
Yeah.
this is test one. Okay, again that shift right click, then
Copy
OPS
as path.
path.
Yeah.
Okay, and say I will just delete all this. And first of all, I have to say import open. Why it is not coming? Uh, just maybe I have to restart it again. Mm, okay. Shift right click, copy as path, and say path equal to this one. Open by Excel. They're installing the package. I've already told you that you have to install uh, every time you make a new project.
Yeah.
Okay, now it is the error is gone. Okay, now you can install it by two ways. Like right click and say, or you can just a minute, file settings. Okay, now it's here your project name. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, I think so. Python interpreter. Yeah, here. Click on Python interpreter. Now here you can click on plus and search your package here. Okay, suppose if I
Okay.
search with openpyxl, now it is already there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can there are many packages, but we have to go with openpyxl only.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is already there. Pip is there.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see the latest version as well. It is showing me that you can upgrade this pip version. If it
Yeah.
is showing arrow above, then it is showing me that you can upgrade to the latest version. Okay, so
Okay.
now after that, I say workbook equal to openpyxl dot load workbook and my path. Okay, now sheet we have to pass the sheet name as well, wb dot active. Okay, suppose if I want to read anything, I say print sheet dot cell 4 comma 2 dot value. Okay, now say if I run it now, Varsha, let us see that what is 4 and what is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, if I open it, I just minimize it now. Here, okay, Varsha, that is fourth row, second
Yeah.
column. That is row is the first and column is the
Hmm.
second.
Okay.
Okay, so here in the PyCharm, you have to install the package. You can see that I have installed in my command prompt in our system, but PyCharm you have to install the package every time.
Okay.
Okay, so even I can go with say print, say heat dot max row. Okay, and I can say print sheet dot max column. Okay. Now if I run this, I see 7 4, and if I look over here, 7 rows 4 columns.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, even you can update the value as well. Suppose if I want to update say fifth, fourth. Now I want to update this with say Mumbai. Okay, just close it first. It's the fifth row, fourth column. Okay, I say W equal to sheet fifth row, fourth column, and say W dot value equal to Mumbai, and just for our thing print say data updated. Now if I run this, okay, now it is giving me worksheet object. Okay, sorry, my
Your
mistake.
sheet.
Dot cell. Okay, now then run it. Okay, now if I look to my test one, but it is not changing uh, because we have not saved the data. So for that we have to save it for in the code. Say wb dot sorry, wb dot save and the path. Okay, now again I will just close it
Yeah.
and run it. Okay, now again if I open it, now you see
Yeah.
Mumbai.
Done. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so basically we don't write the data. We in Selenium we will just read the data, but you should know that how to read and write data. Now I can't do this every time for each cell.
Yeah.
Okay, for each value. So what will I do?
Yes.
I will make a reuser function, uh, like say make uh, Python file and say name it as Excel functions. Okay, and say again import openpyxl. Here I will make a class read write. Say wb equal to none, file path equal to none. Okay, now I will make a constructor. Okay, now when I make the object of this class, I will pass the path there. Yeah,
Okay.
say global workbook and say global. file path. Okay, and say when I pass the path, file path equal to path. Okay, and say wb dot open openpyxl dot
Global WB and global file path is same as self.wb and self.filepath.
no, that is a different thing. You will know better when we do the framework. You will find it better basically. Okay, so here these are global like mm, I can access this now. How to show you? Okay, let me move forward. Then I will tell you that what this you will get to know better that why we use this thing. Okay, when we do some practical examples more.
Sure.
Okay, now here open pyxl dot load workbook. Okay, uh, just a minute. Okay, let's just just a minute. Okay. Now I will make a functions say def ready read by say column index. Okay. So these function which I'm making is going to be useful when we do the you can say framework.
Okay.
Okay, I will pass my sheet name, my row index, my column index. Okay, and say heat equal to WB. Now sheet name, okay, and say return sheet dot cell and say row index and column index dot value. Now you see that it is not giving me any help, no suggestions. So you
Mm.
have to be very careful when you're writing the code. Okay. Now
Okay.
I want to use this class and say, and one thing to remember that you have to give the name of your Excel sheet. Here I'm write as a data.
Yeah.
Okay. Now say here data.
So if we
Hmm.
go back to that same reusable function that we were creating, so this one, the constructor is basically opening the Excel sheet. That's it, right? We're just passing the
Yes, yes. When
path
we,
and everything.
yeah, when we, you will see that when we suppose, first of all, I will just uh, delete this one. Oh, just a minute. I need a path. Say from uh, say Excel functions import read write. Okay, now I have make a class as read write. That's why I have
Yeah.
to import it like this. Okay, now I have imported. Now when I make the object of this class say read write, I will pass the path here. Okay, now
Yeah.
when I you can say class name, say it will automatically call this one path. Okay, now say print x dot read by column index. Now here it will be sheet name data. Okay, then you have row index say 5 and you have column index as 4. Okay, now if I run this, mm, is the error? Uh, what is the error? Takes no argument. Possible. Just a minute. Mm, I'm doing something wrong. Just a minute. In it, I have self path. Am I doing something wrong?
I mean, I'm still trying to understand.
Uh, this is a class.
Yeah.
Mm, so I have made a constructor.
Init, F init. You wrote int again.
Okay, my mistake
Yeah.
again. Yes. So now there is no error. Okay, now if I run this, let's say Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay, now I just have to call this data, let's say sixth and third. Okay, now Mumbai commerce. So
Yeah.
so I can read all the data. Now this is the thing by say row index. Say I will make a one more function. Say def.
So this is a general function that we have to
Yeah.
write,
eh,
and then we can read any Excel file
Yes.
with it.
Yes.
Okay. And we can traverse over the data, read it, and see which one is useful based on our test cases.
Yes. Now say row. Sorry. Row index. And now I will pass column name.
Okay.
Okay. Say sheet equal to WB sheet name
Yeah.
and say column index. Now I will make a method. You will see column index. Right now I'm taking it as one. Now I don't know where my column is. Suppose if this is a Excel sheet, suppose I will pass course, but I don't know whether it is in position number one, two, or three, or four. So
Yeah.
what will I do? I will make a method like this. Say while sheet dot cell say now I will start with the first row because I know that my column name is in the first row. So I'll
Yeah,
say row equal to 1, column equal to call index
yeah,
dot value is not equal to
all them.
empty.
Okay,
Empty. I will what I will do, I will check, okay, check here. Suppose my target column is in the last. So I have to check here, 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 here. So how can I know that from which column I have to check? I have to check till I will not find empty thing.
okay,
Okay. Now say if call name, that is my passing column
yeah,
name, equal to sheet dot cell row equal to 1, column equal to call index dot value. If it finds, then I will break the loop.
yeah,
Otherwise, I will increment my column index by 1.
one,
Okay. And in the end, I'll just say return sheet dot cell row index call index dot value. Understand the logic?
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Now I have passed my column name. I am finding the value again by column index. But what I'm passing the column name. What I'm checking that, okay, suppose if I'm going to course, if it is equal to course, no, increment by 1. Names equal to course, no, increment the column index by 1. Course equal to course, okay. Then I will break the loop,
mm, yeah,
okay, because in the previous step I have uh, can say by 1, so I have my column index as well.
yeah,
Okay, now say two more functions, say def get row count, say self, and say sheet name, and say just copy this one and say return sheet dot max row. Okay, and I will just go with the same thing, get column count and get max underscore column.
yeah,
Okay, now I can get the x dot get column count, get uh, sheet name is data. Okay, and just same thing, get row count. Okay, now 4 and 7.
yeah.
Okay, now suppose if I want to read my whole data, so how can I do it?
Call the third last function.
uh, Now suppose if I want to read, suppose now you know that it is 7 rows, suppose there are 8 rows and 5 columns, so How will
Yeah.
you do it?
First, we'll find the max row and max column, and then we'll run a loop.
Yes. So now tell me how should I do it?
So we can use for loop,
Mm-hmm. Say
and
for.
then
Mm-hmm.
and
This is not the Java. We don't have to declare int.
no, no, I mean not that, but yeah, for I
Mm-hmm.
um,
In
get
range. Okay. So
yeah
now what is the range?
get x dot get row count
Now I have to give the range starting from which it is starting.
w- one
Okay. One.
uh, till x dot comma yeah till x dot
X dot.
uh, get row count.
Okay. Get row count.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So this will run for all the rows.
Yes.
And then under this, we have to have a nested loop for
Mm-hmm.
columns. So for j in range
Mm-hmm.
1 comma x dot get column count.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just print uh,
Yes.
mm, I don't know.
Yes. Why? This is the thing. You have to just pass it over here. Now first is the row index. So row index should be for here. You
Ah,
have to you have to check. Say you have to give different thing for
yeah,
A for B. So row index will be I and column
yes.
index will be your A.
A, yeah.
Okay. Now if I just comment this one, but it is giving me. So I have to pass the
Sheet,
sheet name as well. Okay. Now
yeah,
say run. Now you see.
yes,
Say 1, 2, 3. So if I look over here, say if I want to say uh, give a suppose you have now you have applied the logic, but what I want that after reading the first row, it should give a space so that I can see that okay.
yeah. So we
So
can,
mhm.
you mean the space bit, so plus, we can do a plus?
No, suppose here say now there is one more thing. Now it says seniors names course, but there is no location. Why? And even you can see
Because
over
it
here.
only, the loop only runs from the starting to the last range minus one.
Yes.
So we
So
have to
what?
do
Hmm.
plus one
Where?
for the column.
Okay. Say +1. Okay. Now if
Yeah,
I run this, okay. Now serial name course location. Okay. And the last row is say 6
Hyderabad.
puja. But again, there is no
Yeah,
6.
yes,
So we have to apply +1 here as well.
yes.
Okay. Now you light the loop. But what I want that after reading every row. there should be a space.
Okay.
Hmm. So how?
Um, we can just write a print. No, the loop. Yeah, we can just write a print statement underneath that.
Where here?
Yeah,
Okay. Suppose if I write a print statement and say I will apply some space.
yeah.
Okay. Now, but it will give a space to everything. But what?
Everything. Yes.
But what I want, I will need a space after every row. Now when it
Yeah. So if we just remove the space, so just put it parallel to for.
uh, here,
No. Yeah. Yes. Now run it.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to apply logic into your mind. That, okay, now I have this. Now I have to read this. Now I have this. I have to read this.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how you will read the data. And even now, I want you to make some functions so that I can write the data as well. I have shown you that how can you write the data here when
Yeah.
I overwrite Mumbai. Okay, so I
Yeah.
want you to make a function, reusable function, so that
Yeah.
I will just pass my row index and my column index. You have to make two functions. Like here, two functions are there. I will just pass
Yeah.
the column index, and the second function I will just pass the column name.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to make these functions by yourself, and
Sure.
I will see that you have make it or not.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
Yes.
how you will read the data. Okay, now
Yeah.
next part is you can say properties file or you can say text file. Okay, now we have read the data. Now I have already told you that there are two types of data, frequently changing. Okay, we have used openpyxl. Now we
Yeah.
will use the hardly changing data. Okay, again
Yeah.
open your command prompt, run as administrator. Okay, and say uh, the same thing. Now uh, there is a command pip install config parser. Okay, so this will install it into your system. And if you want to see that how many items are there into your system, just write a command pip list. It will give you depend how many packages are there into your system with versions name. Okay, this is for you can say Eclipse. Okay, now
Okay.
for your say Excel, sorry, this PyCharm, you have to go file settings. Okay, this is your project name. Click on Python and here click on parser and click go for config parser. Now you can see over here config parser. Select this one and click on install package. Okay, so installed successfully. Close it. Okay, config parser is there. Okay, now here right click new and say well, first of all read property file. Okay, and make another file, simple file. Now there is no Python file, simple file. Suppose you will name it as say properties. You can name it as anything as you want, but the extension should be dot properties. You can name it
Okay.
as anything, A1, B1, B2, B3, but the extension should be dot properties only.
Okay.
Okay, now here say I will kept my data as say section underscore name say name 1 equal to Akshay, name 2 equal to say Sunny, okay, and name 3 equal to Krishna, okay, and say section underscore age, okay, and say age 1 equal to 30, age 2 equal to 34, age 3 equal to 36. Okay, so now first of all here you had to import config parser, okay, and say c equal to config parser dot config parser, okay, c dot read. Now I have to copy the path of this. I think so. Shift copy path reference and say copy path reference absolute path. And down I have to include double black slash. Okay, here a equal to c dot sections and say print a. Now if I run this, now you see it will give me two sections, like this is the first section, this is second section. Normally
Yeah.
we don't read these types of things, but for showing you, I have made the thing. Uh,
Yeah.
Now I will include one more section, but I will remain this as empty. Say last name. And if I run the code, now it will show me the last section as well. Whether that has include the data or not, but it will show me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now suppose if I want to print the number of sections, say print uh, length a. Now if I run this 3, okay. So even I can do it like say print say C section underscore name, okay, section underscore name, and say name 2. If I run this, now Sunny. If I look over here, Sunny section underscore name 2. Okay. Now this is not a right approach. If you see, this is not a right approach. So what will I do? I will use the dictionary. We have already studied the dictionary thing. Say print, say dict c dot items. Now if I run this. Now you see, name 1 Akshay, name 2
Yeah.
Sunny, name 3 Krishna. It has read the whole thing and kept it in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you suppose if I add one more names, it will give me all the values. Okay. Now we will be discussing the another way when we will be working with the framework. At that time, we will be discussing the another way that how can we deal with the properties file.
Okay.
Okay, where we can see the just name equal to value, key value thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can read as uh, as per our can say demand. Like if I want to go for a dictionary thing, I can go with this. Now if I go for the key value, then I will use the key value thing.
Yeah.
Okay,